12:01 in Edmonton. It is game day for the Edmonton Oilers. Haven't been able to say that for weeks. And here we are, the Oilers in action, taking on the Anaheim Ducks tonight. We'll be back with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre- and post-game show right here on EST. This is the Oil Stream afternoon edition. Tom Gazzola with Reed Wilkins. Big thanks to YouTube Trev for getting us going today. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us. Text us via the text line 780-218-9999. You can also hop into the nasty chat as one does. If you're new to EST, we have a lot of fun here and we get to the nitty gritty of it too. We mix business with pleasure at this station, do we not?
We certainly do, Tom.
Thank you, Reed. Of course, the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. We will be live on location. We've got it confirmed. We talked to Tony over at BP 170th this Saturday, 170th BP. That game starts at 2 o'clock. We'll be live at 1 o'clock with the pregame show. Myself, Joaquin Gage, and Benny Thompson will be with us as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want, come on down. Take advantage of some great game day specials. It's like $5 off medium pizzas and then $1 off tankards of Coors and Molson product. And then, of course, they have their winter cravings menu, the stuffed crust matzo sticks, delicious Thai bite salad, very good, healthier, Cajun shrimp bowl, the sausage penne alla vodka, which I had some rosé sauce pasta. You saw me eat that today. Pepperoni stinger pizza deep dish. And then they have the Italian deli. And then they have the pizza flights and the fish and chips, and then their lunch menu, the $15 lunch menu, and they get it to you really quickly. Always fantastic at any Boston Pizza location, but we will be at BP 170th for the Oilers and Sharks this Saturday. And you took advantage of Downtown Dining Week, pre-Downtown Dining Week.
Oh, yeah.
With Jay Milne and Zachary Kubish.
Did we ever?
Tell me about it.
We got to go to Boondock.
Yeah.
104th Street, 102nd Ave.
I walk by it all the time.
Yeah, it's right on 104th Street. It was delicious. Ryan there is a big fan of EST.
See you, Ryan.
And we were treated to, it's all sharing plates, which is a great way to eat.
Yep.
So we had, I'm going to try to remember, see if I can remember in order. Chicken skins, a kale salad, it was a crudo. It's like a steelhead salmon served raw with like garlic and chili oil. Delicious. We had a beet salad with pears and I think turnips and a goat cheese custard. I want to highlight that. One of the best dishes I've ever eaten in my life. Goat cheese custard.
Oh, wow.
It was absolutely delicious.
Koob was raving about the goat cheese. He said it was fantastic.
We had their steak, which is sharing with. It was in with a black garlic sort of butter gravy.
Delicious.
And then we had the gnocchi, which is kind of their signature dish, and we had a sausage with. It wasn't bok choy; it was some other type of choy. It was amazing.
The only choy I know is bok.
There's another choy.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to Google types of choy. Was it ook choy, un choy? I can't remember. I'll have to look on the menu.
But it was amazing. What kind of choy?
It was amazing.
Ook or bok? I
only
know
look
bok.
on the Boondock menu.
Okay. Boondock, and Maddie, I think, would say this too. I'm not going to speak for him, but I feel like we share a lot of the same thoughts on this. We're lucky that we have 104th Street. Actually, down 103rd, there's some good restaurants as well. And there's 69 restaurants participating in Downtown Dining Week, which gets going March 11th to 22nd. So we're getting a bit of a head start on this.
You choy. Why you choy?
Of course.
You choy.
How I didn't know
Grilled
that.
You choy. It was really good. Like it was just great. It's a great atmosphere. It's great dining. It's locally owned. Like Ryan lives in St. Albert, owns the restaurant in downtown Edmonton. The staff was great. Like it's one of those. If sometimes you go to a restaurant, you'll say to the server, like, hey, how is this prepared?
Yeah.
And they'll just read you back what's in the menu. Like they actually know the dishes. They tell you how it's going to come, what it's going to taste like. It was just a really fun night out for a nice show date, a friendship activity for the Coob and Jay and I. And the food was outstanding.
Larzy says, damn Reed, I'm hungry now.
As you should be.
Mex Pazuzu says, of course you, Choi. Sorry, Mex. Mitchie says, this all sounds delicious. And I love and I really appreciate, don't get me wrong, chains, they're reliable and you usually know what you're getting. We've got a ton of them in our city, but downtown we're blessed, and especially and scattered throughout the city too, with local one-off or maybe two-off restaurants.
Yeah.
And so downtown dining week, good reason to come downtown. Maybe make it part of a game night. Maybe you're going to an Oil Kings game. Maybe you're going to an Oilers game. Maybe you're going to a concert. It's between March 11th and 22nd. Downtown Dining Week offers dining deals on multi-course or multi-item meals. All restaurants offer the deals at a fixed price, so you know what you're spending. Fixed prices, $15, $25, $35, $50, and the highest end, $65. They're also doing, they started this last week. While supplies last, customers can get a $100 Edmonton downtown gift card for $75. Visit www.edmontondowntown.com/gift card. That's a good deal.
Yeah, really good deal. And if people
$25
want to check out Boondock specifically, it's boondocyeg.com. So BUNDOK yeg.com. And we got dishes. So the downtown dining week, you can go in and order. When there is downtown dining week, they'll have special menus.
Yeah.
Right, where you kind of get a certain number of courses. So we got that, plus we got additional dishes on top of that.
That's nice.
It'd be
touch
a great
by Ryan.
place to go. But with the sharing plates, you go with one other person, you go with a group of 6. You can all find things to share and sample. Like it was such a cool night out. I
love that, and I'm very happy to hear that the experience was great. Ryan, the owner, is a nasty, which I appreciate very, very much. And to get the word out about Downtown Dining Week, celebrating our city, celebrating local, it's the best. So Boondock for the boys. You're going to see stuff on social media. Reed already posted a collage.
I put a collage of the dishes on my Instagram account.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you're going to be seeing that from all of us here at EST throughout the next couple of weeks. And myself, Maddie, and Benny Thompson will be heading to Campio on Monday, which is awesome. It's on 105th Street and 103rd Ave. Great pizza. Went there prior to a concert on Sunday. My date loved Campio. She's like, yeah. I'm like, let me pick the place before we go to the concert. And I said, do you like Campio? She said, I love Campio. She picked the beers. She picked the pizza. Great choices on her part. And then we went to the concert, had a really good time. And so we're going to get to go. It's going to be a different circumstance with myself, Matthew, and Benny. The three of us definitely won't be making out at the end of the night.
Yeah. Never say never, buddy.
Anyway, we'll be spreading the word about Downtown Dining Week. Love that you guys got it kicked off, and we'll continue it on Monday. Joaquin and Hernan will be heading to, I think they're going this afternoon, actually, to their spot. They're going to sushi place. And then I think morning show is going to Furniture Warehouse, L Furniture Warehouse.
Yep.
I like to go to L Furniture Warehouse on Sundays in the warmer months, and I sit on the patio, and I'll have, depending on, if I deserve a beer, like if I got an activation in,
right,
then I'll have a beer and lunch, or I'll just do iced tea or coffee, but just depends on the scenario. But I like going there, and I think they have a wonderful patio. Another great, that's a chain, but it's just kind of a one-off, kind of has like that faux divey kind of aesthetic to it.
Right.
Cheap food, cheap drinks, take advantage of specials. Another great spot downtown. All right, I know we're getting a lot of people hungry. It is the noon hour. I'm sorry, Pizza Boy says, I can't eat for another 6 hours. Can we change the subject, boys? Yes. Yes, absolutely. And then Fish Tank says, I bet you will be making out with them, Tommy. Hey, that's for us to figure out on Monday. I'm kidding. Oilers and Ducks. The Oilers are supposed to hit the ice in about 20 minutes, maybe a little bit before. We have some Ducks lineup notes that we could pass along. Feels weird. We're getting back into the swing of things because we just got to observe the Olympic
pedestrian
games.
NHL rosters.
They are pedestrian compared to the star-studded rosters we experienced during the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics. What do you got?
Based on the morning state, Carlson between Killorn and Seneca, Paling with Kreider and Terry, McTavish with Viel and Gauthier. I'm not sure if it's Wash or Washe.
I can look it up.
He's new to me. He's only played 13 games with Johnston and Harkins. Looks like, based on the morning skate, Ryan Strome was the healthy scratch. I didn't see the D pairings from the morning skate, but based on practices earlier, Zellweger with Trouba, Mentukov with Moore, and Hellison with Gudas. Dostal, excellent goaltender.
Yes.
Expected to be in net.
Very
For the
good.
Ducks, who are 30, 23-3, 17-8-1 on the season. This is the Oilers' only visit of the year to Anaheim, but on the rotation, this is, well, I guess this won't happen next year, but ever since they've had this format with 82 games, there's 2 teams in your division. You only play thrice instead of 4 times.
Excellent use of
And
thrice.
this year it's Anaheim, and I think the Sharks are the other one.
Yeah. We haven't seen the Sharks yet, have we?
Yes?
Oh, we did once.
Yeah, the 3-0 comeback.
That's right. That's right. Oh, my goodness.
Special teams, the Ducks are 24th on the power play, 17.9%. The Oilers are still first, 31.4%. PK, the Ducks are 22nd, 78.1%. The Oilers down to 26th on the penalty kill,
Yikes.
76.9%.
According to the NHL's pronunciation guide for the 25-26 season, it is Tim Washy.
Tim Washy. Okay, there we go.
All right. Now we know.
Yeah. I do not know much about that player.
We will learn more about him tonight.
Yeah.
We will have Alexis Downey, who's the Anaheim Ducks TV host, will be joining us on the pregame show at about 8 o'clock. We'll be live in studio here, no on location for this one, and tomorrow's game against the LA Kings. I suppose the big question is, will Connor McDavid play tonight? I know at first the thought was probably not. We don't know for sure just yet. I know Jack Michaels replied to one of those Oilers aggregator accounts saying, don't be so set on counting McDavid playing or counting out McDavid playing tonight. Where do you think this ends up going here, Riedrich?
Well, I think he's going to play tonight. We'll probably find out by the end of this show,
Yeah.
so I could be terribly wrong. But I just think he wouldn't be comfortable sitting and watching his team play a game that counts in the standings.
That's a good point.
I mean, he's back with the team. I realize the concerns about his health and his fatigue and the back-to-back and when are you going to get to rest and all that kind of stuff. I get all that, but he wants to work.
Yeah.
You know, like I think a lot of people understand that. You don't want to miss work unless you absolutely have to. And like these are important games for the Oilers.
Huge games.
Don't be fooled by the standings that indicate that they're second in the Pacific Division. Like I've been saying, that's slightly misleading. In points percentage, they're the second wild card team.
Correct.
They're 8th. Now, I know you have to have the points, but I think he's going to play. We'll probably find out by the end of the show because they're probably going to be getting on the ice pretty soon.
Yep.
But I just think he's like him. I don't think he'd be comfortable sitting in the press box if he feels healthy.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to play. Now, if he doesn't play, I don't think. Here's the thing, Tom. Like, let's say he doesn't play and they lose and they miss the playoffs by a point. Like, you know what the talk is going to be.
Oh, I know what the talk will be.
He should have been in there. He should have been in there for his teammates. They needed points.
Why did they let him
That was bigger.
sit?
Why
Yeah.
did they let him sit out? So I just think he wants to get in there and play. Now, the thing is, if he's not feeling great, is Knobloch going to limit his ice time? I mean, Knobloch's never shown that he's really willing to do that.
That's true.
But it is kind of too bad it was a back-to-back. Like if this was Wednesday, Friday, or if they were even playing tomorrow and Friday, then I don't think there'd even be any discussion about him playing.
Correct.
I just think given his personality and his drive and his passion and that he wants to be there on his teammates, or be there for his teammates, I think he plays tonight.
That's my gut instinct as well. Jack, and the other thing too, Jack and a lot of those guys that are on the broadcast are privy to extra broadcast meetings with the coaches. And sometimes they get a little bit of inside information and they will casually point something out like Jack did yesterday with that reply tweet or quote tweet, whatever you want to call it. Really quickly, because Rip City Step brought it up. So, are the Oilers picking up Sonny Milano or what, Tommy? Would you, Reed, I'm going to put this on you and say, would you be interested in a guy that has played 31 games this year, has 4 goals and 4 assists, and carries a $1.9 million cap hit? Would you pick him up?
Well, they don't have the money to pick him up.
That's true.
They'd have to do something else.
Would he be an upgrade over anybody in the bottom 6?
Probably not at this point. I mean, you'd just be making change for the sake of change. So I would say probably not. I mean, I don't know. Like, I would say no.
Logic and reason would say no and agree with you. Now, there's also factions within the organization that would probably say no, but there's probably differing opinions, and depending who's saying it, they might get their way and have some persuasion. So I'm at a point now where I'm just like, I would say no as well as Reed. If they did, I'd be like, why? What do you want out of him? What do you expect from him? If the Oilers hypothetically were to pick up Sonny Milano, putting this out to our listeners and viewers, what do you think he would actually be able to do?
And I just double checking, he missed most of last season with an injury.
Yeah.
So obviously he's had trouble getting back to form.
Yeah. Now he's been like a borderline tweener in the NHL. I remember he was, after his time in Anaheim, did he not get waived before and then picked up and then kind of found his game with Washington, and then now it's kind of faltering again?
He was traded from Columbus to Anaheim for Devon Shore.
Oh,
remember him?
I do. I think he's been up and down in the NHL this year too.
Yeah, I've got to read about Sonny Milano. I got to be honest with you. I'm not
if I'm not mistaken,
he
he was like up. He was very much a roller coaster ride for Sonny Milano.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see people posting he'd be an upgrade on Mangiapane. Would he?
I think Mangiapane's time as an Oiler seems to be coming to an end here. All indicators point to that.
Yeah.
Finally. I don't know if he would be an upgrade on Mangiapane. Mangiapane has more points than him, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Milano only has 8 points.
Mangiapane has what, 12?
Yeah. Oh, no. He has more than 12
10.
points, doesn't he?
6 goals.
Oh, yeah. He's 12 points. Sorry.
Yeah.
Minus 21. That's shocking.
That is not good. That's ice cold.
Yeah.
Not good. I don't know. I'll read text if you have an opinion on Sonny Milano and how he would hypothetically fit with the Oilers. I'll read it if it's not ridiculous.
Read the ridiculous ones.
Oh, you want me to? I don't know. Some of them are pretty bad. You've seen them. 83 runner says Janmark or Milano. Well, Janmark is not very offensively gifted, as we know. He has 8 points, just like Milano. I don't know if Milano kills penalties. Now, to what effect? You could make the case that Janmark has not been a strong penalty killer, and I would say, good point. I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think people know what I think about Janmark. I actually think he's fine as a fourth line player.
Yeah. There's a limit. There's a limit to what he's capable of.
And you got to remember, I know sometimes they just put the big guys out late in games, but sometimes Janmark's out there late in games. There's
enough, that is
trust
true.
level with him because he skates well and he has size.
Yeah.
That's why Janmark gets to keep playing in the NHL. Like he's not, and I think he's a relatively intelligent player, in terms of knowing his role most of the time.
He hustles.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Descra pointing out Milano is double the cost. Yeah, cost is a big thing right now. Keep that in mind going into the trade deadline. As of right now, what do the Oilers have? They called up Matt Savoy, by the way. Savoy was on the farm getting some games in. So too was Alec Regula. I didn't see anything on him. So was Josh Szymanski. Ike Howard's been down there. Let's go to the Oilers here really quickly. Their projected cap space is now... The projected cap space, $2,627. Their current cap space, $9,890. Their deadline cap space projected at $12,009. Projected playoff cap space, $1,963,334. It's tight.
Yeah. No, this is not a great situation. I mean, this is shaping up to be maybe not a great season. I think that's sort of where I've been looking for for a while. And even at the beginning of the season, I think I had them at 96 or 97 points, which is okay. They're probably not going to get to that, even though they still have a shot to make the playoffs. The Oilers penalty killing, by the way, they have killed off 2 out of 8 man disadvantages in their last 3 games.
Yikes.
So here's the opponent's power play stats over the last 5 games the Oilers have played.
It's not pretty.
The Oilers beat Anaheim 7-4. Anaheim went 3-for-4 on the power play.
Yep.
The Oilers beat San Jose 4-3 in overtime. The Sharks were 0-for-2 on the power play. Minnesota beat the Oilers 7-3. The Wild were 2-for-3 on the power play. The Leafs beat the Oilers 5-2. The Leafs were 2-for-2 on the power play.
Yep.
And then the Flames were 2-for-3 on the power play in their 4-3 win back on February 4th. So what is that? 6 plus 8, 14 times shorthanded, and the Oilers have given up 9 power play goals. So for the Oilers PK is what, 5-for-14 in the last 5 games?
Well,
that's pretty bad.
It dropped from 10th where it peaked. I think 2 weeks prior to the Olympic break, and then it just plummeted as you've outlined so well.
Yeah. Yeah, they were okay. Like I think they were as high as 12th or 13th at one point.
No, they got to 10th.
They did get to 10th. Sorry,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Yeah,
they were on a nice hot streak, and then the PK just died.
Yeah, they had a really good streak. How far back? From what? December 23rd until till January 22nd. They only allowed 3 power play goals against. So that was pretty much a month. They only now they've allowed 9 power play goals against in the last 5 games. So is it maybe it's a blip? Like sometimes there is some up and down with the PK, but that's a pretty shocking discrepancy.
I would give it this.
Yes.
I love this board, by the way. I like using it as much as possible. The PK sucks. No better time to start improving than tonight against the Anaheim Ducks. This is the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Of course, take advantage of $4 faves. You got the mini chicken sandwich, the mini chicken wrap. You got the nugs. You get the fries. They have the mini sandwich trio going on right now. Classic, spicy, blackened, delicious. And then if you're getting the nugs, they have their big sauce drop over at Popeyes that they've been talking about. They have spicy dipping sauce, which is kind of like the house sauce. On the spicier side, obviously. Chipotle barbecue, which I love. The signature sauce, so nothing too crazy there. And then they have the Cajun gravy. You have something, and I feel
lines.
Like we've got lines, and I just want to say this. As Reed going to deliver his lines, McDavid, in Gene Principe's video from practice at the Honda Center, looked like he was shot out of a cannon entering the ice. Go ahead, Friedrich.
All right, this is from a former colleague of mine, Bob Stauffer.
Oh,
McDavid between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl between Savoy and Roslovic.
Oh.
So much for Podkolzin being his running mate.
Well, I'll take heat for that, I guess.
Henrique with Podkolzin and Frederick. Lazar with Mangiapane and Janmark.
What say you?
Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Wallman. Stastny with Emberson. Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Wallman. Stastny with Emerson.
Yep.
Who were we missing on defense?
Regula got sent down.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Jari listed as the starter with Ingram. Now, again, this is right back to the break here. I'm going to criticize Knobloch.
Okay.
That's the wrong goalie. He is starting the wrong goalie tonight.
Why do you say that?
That should be Ingram's net. Ingram has outplayed Jari.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just wanted to ask why.
They're giving Jari every chance to win the job, and Ingram keeps outplaying him, in my mind.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
24 games left. Now, I realize, I guess with these goalies, you don't know who the number one is, so maybe they're just going with the guy who's been in the NHL longer. Right. I guess this means Ingram plays tomorrow, but then it's more likely Jarry plays on Saturday.
Fair.
Because it's not quite a back-to-back, but it's a Thursday nighter to a Saturday afternoon. So to me, you're not going with the same goaltender in games 2 and 3. You're going with the same goaltender in games 1 and 3.
Yep.
So I quite frankly, and I know Jarry's had a couple good games. I know he had a shutout. In my mind, and again, I might be alone with this. In my mind, it is not a debate that Ingram has outplayed Jarry and should be given the bulk of the starts unless Jarry turns the tables and outplays him.
I think you said it. I think they want to give the ball to Jarry and see if he can take it as a starter. It feels like.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that the right move? In your opinion, no.
Well, not from what I've seen from Ingram. I can only go from what I've seen, and Ingram's been a great story. He's got better stats. His save percentage has dipped below 900. Yes, he had a couple rougher games where the team in front of him wasn't that good either, and I just think, like, what do you? I don't know. Maybe the players don't care. Maybe they don't think about it. But I'm like, what are you telling the team? We just had 3 weeks off. And I'm going to start the guy who's been the second best goaltender of the two that we have on the roster. That's how I look at it. Maybe that's not the right way to look at it. I'll fully admit that I could be out to lunch on this one. And I'm not writing off Jarry as an Oiler or for this season, but I'm saying right now, Ingram's been better, and I would put him in net more often than not.
Have your say, 780-218-9999. Hop into the nasty chat as well. 83 Runner says, Knobloch must have some advanced analysis. Penner's Pancakes would switch Podkolzin with Savoy. Savoy on the second line with Draisaitl and Roslovic tonight. Podkolzin with Henrique and Frederick right now as of the lines at Morning Skate down in Anaheim. Kelvin Van Dassler, what's up, Kelvin, says they are not wanting to look like they lost the Skinner trade. Perhaps ego comes into it, politicking comes into it. They, as we saw, I think yesterday's trade that the Pens made with Colorado, sending Kulak to the Avs,
right,
picking up Samuel Girard in a second, pretty damn good. That's good asset management, as opposed to a team that gave up Kulak and a starting goalie who is showing that he's more than capable in Pittsburgh to get a guy that Reed and I are debating whether or not should be starting this game tonight.
Jarry against the Ducks in his career, 7 appearances. He's 3-3 with a 2.91 goals against average and an .889 save percentage. Ingram against the Ducks in his career, 4 appearances, 1-1-2 with a 2.71 goals against average, a .926 save percentage, and a shutout.
That's better than .889.
Yeah. So if he's basing it on career stats, then he wouldn't be starting Jarry. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a massive discrepancy. I just think Ingram's been more solid.
I'm not disagreeing. I agree with you.
To me, there's only been a couple goals that Ingram has allowed where you've kind of been like, oh, seriously?
Yeah.
You know, those mid-range wristers or those ones where it's like, yeah, the guy put it right inside the post, but, you know, the Oilers probably shot some right inside the post that the other guy stopped.
Yep.
And then, yes, it's interesting. So Henrique, Podkolzin, and Frederick. What is that line going to do? Podkolzin's going to have to do all the work. Well, we'll see how, I guess to be fair, we'll see how Henrique plays coming back from injury.
Sure.
But he's clearly slowed down this year.
No denying that anymore. And I was hopeful Henrique would have a solid bounce-back season from last year. Not the case. Injured for a prolonged period of time. Makes his return tonight. I guess, oddly curious how Trent Frederick comes out of the break. Maybe he had a time for a mental refresh, and that was the doctor ordered. I'm being optimistic. Given what he's done so far, he's played, 55 games, healthy scratch for 3 of them. Not overly optimistic that he'll be able to be a difference maker, but hope for the best. Expect the worst, I suppose.
But this is the whole problem with this team. We're hoping. I mean, that's why they're not that good. You keep hoping, keep shuffling things around.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of players that it's like what they're going to do. You know what they're going to give you. Like who do you feel that, and I'm not saying they have to be stars.
Sure.
But who do you feel pretty confident about that they're going to impact the game given their role?
Tonight?
McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, Hyman are obvious yeses.
Yeah.
Draisaitl's a yes.
Yeah.
Roslovic, to me, he's a no.
I'm optimistic that he can make himself a yes again, but that's a hope play, just like you alluded to.
Right. Savoy is...
He'll try to.
Yeah, and I'm a younger player.
rookie.
I'm a little more lenient with.
Yeah.
Podkolzin is a yes for me. Henrique and Frederick are no's. Mangiapane's a no. Lazar's a yes. Janmark's a maybe. So you got half the forwards where you think like, okay, we as observers, whether you're fans or media, know who he is.
And trust him.
And that player knows who he is and what he's supposed to do. That's why we praise Lazar.
Yeah.
Curtis, what do you have to do tonight? I have to get the puck. I have to win faceoffs. I have to check in front of my own net. And I have to get the puck behind the other team's icing line and muck it up and force it to the net.
Yep.
That's my job. And I was like, okay, he'll probably do that. Now, will the coach recognize he's doing that? Because he only played him 4 minutes against Calgary and he was doing that.
I think the coach has a distinct idea of how much he values Curtis Lazar.
Right. So maybe these are just mine. So two guys in the bottom six, 2.5, I guess, with Janmark. I trust to deliver and know who they are. Mm-hmm. And 4 of the top 6. So, that's why you have a team that's 28, 22, and 8 and not, 35, 17, and 8 or whatever. All right, sorry, Tom.
I like when you get spicy. I like when you get fired. Are you going to be this spicy for 3 hours this afternoon?
I'm not spicy. I just have a strong opinion on it.
If you're not spicy, can I at least describe you as picante?
Sure, yes.
You're a little picante today.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Have your say, 780-218-9999. Oilers and Ducks tonight. Let's go to...
Now, Kapanen's out, obviously. He's a player, I got to admit, he's a player that actually has become more consistent this year.
Yeah, it's been a pleasant surprise and one of the few good moves Jackson and Stan Bowman have made in the last 2 years.
But with him, you don't know if he's going to be healthy. Like, he's hurt a lot.
A lot. You know who else has hurt a lot? Jake Wallman. Good to go tonight. Right side with Darnell Nurse.
Did he play before the break?
I believe he did.
But he was out he's been out a couple times, hasn't he?
Yeah. Let me quickly reference the game log, if you will. Wallman has been back for a dozen games here after missing a couple of months.
Right.
He was out November 20th to January 12th, played on the 13th at Nashville. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's played the last 12 games. 2 goals, 3 assists in those 12 games.
I mean, this is a fascinating game tonight.
Tell me why.
So, first of all, the obvious one is McDavid's back.
Yes.
How's he going to play?
Excellent.
He'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
And then you have Coffey coming back, and there's probably going to be an overreaction to Coffey's impact. Like, if the Oilers, by some stretch of the imagination, win 7-2 or 7-1, you know what you're going to be getting tonight at about 11:15. Paul Coffey's the genius.
Was great.
Paul Coffey's the genius.
Yep.
Paul Coffey pushed the right buttons, got them all motivated.
Yep.
Away they go.
Yeah.
But then also, how is Knobloch going to coach this game with the ice time? Okay, so Leon says that we need more than 5 guys going. It starts with the coaches, which again, I don't think should be reacted to as like he's trying to get Knobloch fired. I think he's just saying, hey, we're all in this together. Right? Like the way I looked at that was right before the game, like who's in the dressing room? The coaches, couple trainers, and the players. Yeah. It's like those guys, we got to get our poop together.
Correct.
Starts with the coaches and goes down to the players. And so, but then him saying that we need more than 5 guys going, I think is bit of a shot at some of his teammates.
Absolutely.
And also a bit of a shot at I do think that was a bit of like
play these guys.
We got to get going. Like, we need guys invested in the game. We can't have a guy sitting there like, oh, I guess I'm benched for this period, and then he gets a tap on the shoulder halfway through and he's not ready.
Right.
And he messes up. So how is, like, are they going to come out? Are the Oilers going to roll 4 lines for the first period?
Not. Probably not.
Or for most. I mean, of course you're going to find extra shifts for McDavid, and after icings, and special teams make a difference. But 5-on-5, is Knobloch actually going to say, okay, you guys want me to trust all of you? This is the game I'm going to trust all of you. I won't tinker. Leon, you want this too. All right. The fourth line's getting 11 or 12 minutes. The third line's getting 13 minutes. Well, maybe not quite that many. But
maybe not.
You know what I mean? But
hang on. I don't want to say hang on. I just want to say where I see Knobloch rolling 4 lines tonight and not immediately shortening the bench is situation dependent, obviously. If they get down early, guess what? That bench is getting short. If they have a lead and keep building on it and are playing well, then we see what you described. Everyone on the ice, everyone getting a regular shift until crap goes sideways. As soon as the first bit of negativity in the game occurs for the Oilers, I think the instinct is to go back to Old Faithful, which is load up. And I think that's what'll happen. That's my prediction. It's a simple prediction. But the tendency to hit the panic switch as soon as any kind of frustration or difficult moment enters the game, Knobloch goes to the big guns.
Well, that's see here, and this is my issue. I actually don't have an issue with McDavid and Draisaitl playing a lot.
No,
I don't even have an issue so much with them being on the same line. Like, I mean, that's a very powerful tactic that Knobloch has, and I do think I hope it was a bit of an eye opener for the Knobloch critics to see how John Cooper handled the bench and the team. I mean, he put the three hottest players in the tournament, McDavid, McKinnon, and Celebrini on one line. Mm-hmm. He didn't try to find 2 wingers for McDavid and 2 wingers. So, that is a coaching tactic. My complaint would be how soon he does it.
Yeah.
1-0 is not panic time.
Shouldn't be.
I mean, to me, 1-0 should be like, okay, guys, I trust you. Do your job. Curtis, go muck it up. Frederick try to hit somebody, and well, maybe that's a bad example, but now the Knobloch might say, well, but I'm worried about 1-0 turning into 2-0 or 3-0, and then my manager is going to say, why'd you wait so long to try to win the game? So that's the problem with this team. I mean, do they not get production from other players because they don't play enough, or do they not play enough because they're not being productive?
I'll throw another one at you. How much is Chris Knobloch affected by the pressure from above and now within the bench to make sure he just straight up wins? And he's going to do everything in his power, go right to desperation mode to win all the time now.
Well, from Coffey being there? Well, see, and this is the whole problem with having an advisor to the owner as an assistant coach. Like, this is a weird situation. It's an awkward situation. And I know they did it in November of 23 or whenever Woody was fired.
Yeah.
And it worked, but now bringing him back because the team is still like good, but they're not that good, and let's shake something up, and maybe Coffey's the shake up,
and you'll fix the defense.
Do they really want him there?
Yeah.
And I said this I can't remember if I said it on this show or the other show. Yes, there are elements of this team that need fixing.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the last 40 games or so, Evan Bouchard does not need fixing.
Nope. He's been good.
Bouchard did his usual October and November thing where he gives both teams an equal chance of winning, and then he kind of settles down, and the mistakes aren't as frequent and aren't as bad.
Right.
Evan Bouchard's probably going to have 90 points this season,
which is amazing. Best season of his career.
Right. So here's my question, I guess, and I actually want people to answer this. Like, I'm not trying to start a fight with anybody. Like, I actually want to know what people think.
Okay.
Who is Paul Coffey supposed to fix?
Well, I think the first answer they'll say is Darnell Nurse.
I really want to know what people think. Like, is he fixing Nurse? Is he fixing Wallman? Is he fixing the defensive zone coverage? Is he fixing the PK?
It's not on his...
Is he fixing Knobloch? like, if the Oilers go 5-0 in the next 5 games, and say, allow 2 goals per game.
Right.
What is it that Coffey's going to have done?
They could go 0-5 in the next 5.
And the reason I'm asking this, guys, is because I actually don't know myself.
You want me to be honest?
Tell me what to watch for, everybody. Like, what's the impact going to be?
I'll be honest. I don't think management knows what the impact's going to be. I think they're grasping. Well, first of all, we know whose decision this was. It wasn't management's.
No, probably not.
No. James says Coffey has to fix the space between a lot of Oilers' ears. Isn't that... And James, you might be right, but if you think about that statement, isn't that alarming? If it's true?
Yeah.
About the state of this collective group's mindset?
Okay, so if he's supposed to help them with their confidence, all right, that's fine.
Sure.
But that's all Knobloch talks about. That's Knobloch's number one go-to in his public comments, is you want players who are feeling good and thinking about making plays, not making mistakes.
Right.
So what is Coffey going to do between the years? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a personality thing. Maybe he can deliver a message in a specific way. I don't know.
Perhaps. I don't. We'll see. We'll see. We're in a curious time in oil country.
No, very, very curious time.
It's a curious time, and it feels very much self-inflicted.
And their problems aren't what they're doing with the puck, for the most part.
Fair.
Their problem is that they don't bloody check hard enough. They don't get in the way. They don't commit to playing 5 guys back in their own end. So if Paul Coffey can help them do that, that's great.
Yes. Fair point.
Like, somebody needs to tell them nobody leaves the zone until the puck does. 1981 hockey.
Who was that? Ken Morrow when he got traded?
To the Sabres. He went from the Islanders to the Sabres. And after the first
story.
period, he stands up in disgust and says, I don't know what you guys have been taught here, but where I come from, no one leaves the zone until the puck does. Now, I know that's not how hockey is played or coached anymore. Stretch pass.
It's like a
chip it into the other end, try to get a 2-on-1, all that kind of stuff.
Some good comments that have come in. Greg, the sound guy, says, I'm just catching up now, 5 minutes behind. Milano sounds like a perfect Bowman pickup. Often injured guy on the scrap heap. Yes, Greg, the sound guy. Dun, da, da, da. I see your sarcasm. Sorry, Reed. I love that. Love that one. Troll says, I don't remember who at EST said this seems like a decade of darkness move, but that assessment was bang on. It was Riedrich. Troll says, after the Kulak trade, I was wondering if that made Jackson and Bowman look even bigger idiots. They told the coach to start Jari. I agree Ingram should be the starter.
One person agrees with me. New daily record for me.
Nice. That's good. It's better than 0. Bookkeeper Bill from Ottawa says, I hope I'm proven wrong, but Connor McDavid is trending to be the greatest player to not win a Stanley Cup. I think 2024 was his best chance and they blew it. I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that this city gets to celebrate another Stanley Cup, and their best opportunity at that since Gretzky left, or 1990, obviously, probably is this period of time right now. And I still think next year they're going to bounce back with but we're in the moment right now.
Yeah, I talked about some of my show. I don't like that conversation about, well, this guy's a failure. This guy's.
I don't like it either.
And who knows what's going to happen, right? I mean,
Button said it really well yesterday on the morning show. He is too good not to win, and at some point, his career is going to intersect with winning. It's come close.
Just maybe not with the Oilers.
Perhaps, but I hope that's not the case. For the sake of the city and the fan base and everything it's gone through and how much money it gives out literally to this organization to make it one of the top profiting teams in the world on the backs of people who go and bust their asses day in, day out, and then just want to get a little bit of a treat and see their team win. I digress. I'm not going to yell about this till the end of the season. Greg the Sound Guy, we got to that one. We have a bunch of texts coming in. Keep those coming in. Dave in Section T, I hope the next 2 games are the audition for starting goalie from here on. Jari goes first based on seniority and salary. Everything before the break obviously doesn't count. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
That could be.
That's a fair way to look at it.
Not saying no to that. Timberwoodsman sending in memes. Did the NHL run a drug test for Team America players? Poop Stains. Hey, Poop Stains. Good day.
Great handle.
I know. Stupid Peter, Stupider Trent, and Poop Stains, just handle-wise, probably my 3
those are 3 pretty good ones.
And we've got some good ones. Poop Stains says, call me stupid, but I want to see the guy they sent to the East Coast play before the playoffs. That's Connor Unger.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
He had a tough few games. People were asking about Bakersfield last night. They did lose to Colorado 4-2, and I think Zedmo was asking if Pickard had played. No, it was Matt Tompkins, 25 saves on 29 shots, losing to the Colorado Eagles, who I think are still a pretty formidable AHL side, if you will.
Coached by?
Todd Nelson?
Mark Letestu.
Mark Letestu, that's right. Good guy.
I don't know if you've heard of him.
I may have used to talk video games with him every day at the rink.
Oh, nice.
That was always a great chat. Great chat. Coach Mike says, do you guys think Knobloch will go nuclear more often to finish the season? Coach Mike, bluntly, yes. I think he wants to dig in and stand firm and show everybody why he's the head coach, and that's by getting positive results, and that's wins, and I think he will be desperate to do so. To justify, validate, hang on to this job, and then that contract extension that he got, which he's going to get paid out for anyway, regardless if he's the coach or not.
Well, that's the thing. If he got fired,
they still pay him
3 years of money.
Well, I remember at one point they were paying Todd Nelson, Dallas Aikens, and Ralph Kruger at the same time.
Why were they paying Nelson?
Because he got bumped up to head coach, took over for Aikens.
Oh, as he was working.
And Ralph still was under contract, or still had his...
Oh, right.
They were paying 3 coaches not to coach. Oh, by the way, they had brought in Mac T as well, who coached a few games.
5 games or something, yeah.
I remember JJ Bear being like, oh, man, I'm dealing with the league to try to decipher which games are officially on Mac T's
that was confusing.
under his name, and then how many are under Todd's name. And I was like, you can do that? He goes, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I'm like, sounds like it. What do you think about what Coach Mike said? Knobloch go nuclear, but more often to finish this season.
Well, I don't know. Can he do it more often than he has?
He does it quite a bit. Done it quite a bit. Alicia says, I totally agree, Reed, but my thinking is that they're saving Ingram for the Kings game tomorrow. Not sure which team is actually, quote unquote, the tougher opponent, but ultimately better to have the stronger goalie in Ingram behind what should be a more tired team tomorrow night. So Alicia's thinking of finding a way to beat the Kings who play the Golden Knights tonight, having the better goalie in net against them. Maybe that works, but Alicia's also right, in my opinion, for saying which team out of the Ducks and the Kings is the tougher team. The Ducks are not the doormats that they were the last few years.
Based on the standings, it's the Ducks.
They're pesky. They give the Oilers all they can handle. Their goaltending is excellent. They play hard hockey. And they have good young talent.
Yeah.
The Kings are kind of wavering, in my opinion.
Kings are, the best non-playoff team in the West, 60 points,
Yeah.
.536 points percentage, minus 15 goal differential. Actually, the Ducks are minus as well, minus 10. The Oilers are up to or at +4, even though they've lost their last 3. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the Ducks are a more dangerous opponent at this point. Now with the Kings, you got the history of the playoff series and all that stuff.
yeah. So Ranger Nick says, I've asked this before, but I still think if Binnington is still available, would it Jari Binnington and other players going back and forth, would it work? St. Louis had terrible D, and you've seen what happens at the Olympics when good D is in front of them. I think the goalie thing is done for the year.
Like, is he saying now would they flip Jari for Binnington?
Yeah, but why? If you're St. Louis, why are you doing that? Let's think of it from their side.
Yeah.
Also, if you're Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman, Jeff Jackson especially, you think Doug Armstrong, you didn't talk to Doug Armstrong? He just screwed you over hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I just my instinct would say the goalie trading is done for the Oilers this season.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess. It'll be something if they did flip somebody else.
All right. We could quickly do the numbers game brought to you by Play Alberta. When you play in Alberta, it stays in Alberta. Of course, check out our EST specials page on playalberta.ca. And if you're sprinkling a little bit on tonight's game, use your game sense. We appreciate that very, very much. Of course, Play Alberta, presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. Over under 1.5 wins on this 3-game road trip.
You're asking me what I think,
Damn
Tom?
right I am.
Under.
What's the record?
1-1-1.
I was going to say 1-1.
That's as optimistic as I can
Yeah.
go. I won't go 1-2.
I hope it's like a 2-0-1. That would be wonderful for everybody's sake. And the defense looks better and the Paul Coffey effect takes hold.
I'll say loss tonight, win tomorrow,
Okay.
and overtime loss on Saturday with Celebrini getting the winner. But I'll say Saturday afternoon is going to be a very exciting game that fans won't be too upset with the loss.
And you can enjoy the splendor of that game with myself and Joaquin Gage, as well as Ben Thompson at Boston Pizza, 170th and 90th Ave. We'll be there. Game day specials, lots of giveaways. Tony likes to give out great prizes there. We'll be there the entire afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great game day specials, as well as we watch what should be an exciting game on Saturday between the Oilers and the Sharks. Riedrich, great stuff today.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to work with you, Tom.
I feel the same.
Thanks for having me, everybody. I know I'm, just keeping the chair warm for Dustin Nielson. Well, he's very warm down in Mexico.
Yes, he is. He's a warm boy. All right, Coob slid in here behind the technical desk. What's coming up next on EST Afternoons, buddy?
The Oilers conversation will continue. Maddie and I will preview the game. We'll also have Jay Milne slide in from the Reed Wilkins Show, which goes live 3 to 6 on our very station here. And Reed Clark, Edmonton City Council member, will also chat about a motion that he passed, a sports legacy motion. So he'll tap into talk about that. We also have Hernan's World, and just go around the world of sports and dive into the 8-game NHL slate on tap.
Excellent. Connor McDavid is in. He will play tonight against the Anaheim Ducks. It's an 8:30 p.m. puck drop. Tristan Jarry starts in goal for the Oil. They are back after not having played since February 4th. We've got the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show for you at 7:30. Myself, Matt Cassian, and Ben Thompson will be joined by Alexis Downey, Anaheim Ducks TV host. That's going to do it for the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Big thank you to Reed. Big thank you to Coob. For Riedrich, I'm Tommy saying enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Stay tuned to EST Afternoons right after this.